Before we continue, we need to repeat a definition learned at the beginning of the course. A project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. Right? Agile methodologies focus on the term product a lot. This would also be the word which we will use when discussing the project output or scope. Okay, let's focus on the project activities which take place during an execution. From theoretical perspective in Waterfall, we have a well-defined and sequenced flow of activities. We complete activity A and then move to B. Once A is completed and B is started, we do not go back to work on A, it is a closed case. After B is done, we continue with C, and so on. In an Agile-based approach, we would have the activities executed in a different way. Each one will be broken down in smaller activities, and the strict sequence of fully completing A before starting B will be removed. The product will be worked on partially during each iteration as per the graph. Let's move to a real-life case so we can understand even better. For instance, when a company is developing a new product, in scope we would have the following activities. Design the product, how it will work, what features it will have, how will it look, etc. Develop or create the product according to the design. Test the product to see how it works in practice and if anything should be corrected before people start using it. As you probably expect, back in the day this project would include these activities in a sequenced manner. In that case, the product can be tested as a whole, only after the whole development work has been done. We get the entire project product in one moment, near to the end of the project. The alternative, suggested by Agile, would structure the work iteration by iteration. First, only a part of the whole product will be designed. This specific part will then be developed and tested. At the end of the iteration, we will have only this part of the product created, but it will be complete and ready to use. And for certain products, such as software, this part may already be something that can be used by the organization, no matter what happens later in the project. With these types of projects, the product is gradually developed and reviewed multiple times during the demos. This also helps the team catch discrepancies early in the project, which reduces the risk of straying away from the actual needs of the customer with a single big bang execution phase. It also gives the customer the opportunity to learn more about the product and to assess what best suits their needs accordingly. They can share their insights and suggest a better solution while the project is progressing rather than just at the end when it may be too late. Wow, that is an impressive way of looking at project work and deliverables. Now we can see how the Agile philosophy and principles translate to the tangible part of project management, lifecycle, activities, deliverables, etc. Can you imagine how valuable that flexibility in the project execution is for projects that deal with uncertainties that cannot be well controlled? Last, but definitely not least, we need to learn how the project roles and responsibilities are formed. Although they are not so different from how we know them, a different emphasis is put on some of them. Let's see. Project client. This is probably the central role in any Agile-based project. The client has the critical responsibility not only to define the requirements at the beginning, but to review the output of each iteration, validating whether the output is accepted or not. At the end of the project client has to validate the performance of the end product. During the project, they also dictate what the latest priorities are and inform on any changes, providing the related business-related explanations. The client role often represents the future users of the product being developed. Project team. The project team has the same fundamental importance. They are the ones creating the project scope, as we know. This is the same in Agile, and usually they are referred to as the development team. Except for executing the work, the development team advises on the technical side of the product, how long would each task take, how a change can be implemented, and what the risks may be. Project manager. The project manager is still the accountable person for the project's success, including all knowledge and skills we have studied so far. They govern the iterations and demos, ensuring overall work is on track and that changes make sense from a project point of view, leaving flexibility for adjustments to the work schedule between the iterations. As you can guess, the frequent collaboration between all parties is essential, and project communication, coordination, and status reporting all fall under the project manager's accountability. Alright, we have learned about the Agile philosophy, mindset, and principles, how a project lifecycle would be structured under an Agile framework, how the scope and product will be delivered, and what the key project roles and responsibilities are. Awesome work! Various methodologies, practices, tools, and techniques stem from the broader Agile domain. In order to gain further expertise in this field and get ourselves ready to lead such a project, we will review in detail the most used methodology coming from the Agile world. Up next, Scrum. Thanks for watching.